Providing nursing students with the clinical skills and expertise to give high-quality patient care in any medical setting, Quincy College's nursing program is a valued South Shore resource. Dean of Nursing Diane Gillis sat down with Tiff Phillips to discuss the program, her background, and the future of healthcare.
All right, I'm with Dean Diane Gillis. Thank you so much for coming in today. It's great to have you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
So we're going to talk about the nursing program at Quincy College. But first, I want to get to know you a little bit. How did you find yourself Dean of Nursing?
Well, it was an interesting journey. I have worked for years in acute care in the Boston hospitals, which is where I grew up, and have been in education for a number of years. And at one point continued my education to get my doctorate and decided I needed to cut back from a full-time opportunity, and started at Quincy College working out in the clinical environment with students, which was wonderful because it brought me back to why I became a nurse back in 2017. And after a semester of that, an assistant dean opportunity became available, and I was asked if I was interested, and I proceeded into that role, and then to the associate dean role, and then 2.5 years ago assumed the deanship at Quincy College for the Division of Nursing.
That's amazing. Did you know from a young age you wanted to go into the medical field?
Actually, I didn't. When I graduated from high school, at that time it was either teaching or nursing, and I chose nursing. And my parents expected me to be home within 2 weeks. They didn't think I would survive, but here I am, and I love my choice of career.
That's great. So now we're going to talk about Quincy College. So can you tell us a bit about the nursing program?
Yes. So Quincy College has 2 campuses, one in Quincy Center, but also one here in Plymouth in Cottage Park. And we offer 2 programs. We offer a 2-year Associate of Science degree in nursing program, and we offer a 10-month or 40-week Certificate in Practical Nursing program.
Oh, nice. So when did that program start? Have you guys always done nursing?
Well, Quincy College historically has had a nursing program. However, these programs are newly developed and started in the fall of 2019.
Great. Is it relatively easy to find job placement after graduating from the program?
Well, right now the opportunities are immense because we're amidst a nursing shortage that somewhat was jump-started as a result of the pandemic. We did anticipate a nursing shortage occurring in the future, but as a result of the pandemic, many nurses, baby boomers particularly, left the profession, as well as others that just chose for various reasons as a result of their experience in the pandemic time, that it was there were other opportunities, or they moved out of the acute care environment into non-acute other nursing jobs. So we are amidst a significant nursing shortage, which is opening the doors, particularly for the licensed practical nurse, as well as the registered nurse.
So across the board, right, there are shortages, not like private practice, hospitals, that kind of thing.
Across the board, and particularly in, for example, a community such as Plymouth, the further out you go from the Boston area hospitals, the shortage is more acute.
That's hard, but I'm happy that you can find a job, That's the hardest part, I think, of going to school is, you study for however many years and then you get out, and I'm like, that's happened to me too. I went into communications and I couldn't find a job after, so I'm so happy for these folks who could actually find job placement. That's amazing. In the post-pandemic times, there might be some hesitation about becoming a nurse. I mean, there's kind of a lot to be worried about. What do you think the benefits are?
For being a nurse?
Yes.
Well, I go back to the core of why many nurses have chosen nursing as a profession, and it's their interest in caring for others. That hasn't changed. What has changed is the environment, and I expect that that's going to continue to change. And when I talk about the environment, it's the work-life balance needs. Most individuals now are looking for more flexibility, Salaries certainly economically are driving some to decide to go into the nursing profession, but ultimately it's the desire to care for others.
In your own specific career, did you ever get a moment where you were like, this is why I signed up for this? What brings you joy in this profession?
Well, early in my career, caring for others was certainly what drove me, but then I developed an interest as I became more experienced in mentoring other nurses. And so that led me down the path to become a nurse educator. However, when I came to Quincy College and went out into the clinical field with practical nursing students and RN students, it renewed my satisfaction with the profession because it brought me back to the bedside, and I was mentoring novice caregivers, and to see them grow from their first day when their anxiety level is high and they're not sure what to do, what to say, where to go, and how to function, and mentoring them through and seeing them at the end of the experience being able to provide care in a very skilled way and in a very knowledgeable way is tremendously satisfying. So and the opportunities in nursing are endless, not just my experience in the nurse education mentoring experience, but there are so many routes that a nurse can take. Many nurses are going into their own private practices as well. You can continue your education and become a nurse practitioner and work aside providers, and there's a provider shortage as well in primary care, or you can go into leadership roles, you can stay at the bedside, you can work in home care, ambulatory, hospital settings, and there are many other opportunities as well.
So why should people choose Quincy College for nursing, you think?
Well, for a lot of reasons. First of all, we're accessible. We are affordable. The return on investment in terms of the Quincy College tuition base is great. In a very short time post-graduation, economically, you've regained what you invested. And we have a very diverse student population on both campuses. And as a result, our faculty are passionate, flexible about what they do, and we work with the students so that whatever the situation is, and the pandemic really brought that to light for us. We experienced things we may not have anticipated we would have to experience, and that has continued on since the initial 2020 pandemic emergency, to the effect that I think we've become much more agile in working with students to help them create the balance for their personal life and school life, because the nursing program is rigorous no matter what program you choose. But our goal is to support students to get them through, and I think at Quincy College we do a great job of that.
So this last question's a little bit loaded because no one can really see into the future, but what do you think the future holds for healthcare in general?
Well, right now there is a lot of concern about the nursing shortage, as well as shortages in other areas of healthcare. And I believe the opportunity is for those of us as leaders to look at new opportunities, like how do we transition from where we've been, where current state, and the future? Because if we don't look at it from a futuristic standpoint and look at options, flexibility, ways to encourage the workforce to consider healthcare as a career, the crisis isn't going to be resolved quickly. And I don't think the crisis we're in right now will resolve quickly. I think it's going to take some time, but it's going to take innovation and true leadership to guide us through what we're experiencing. And Quincy College can play a role. We feel our role is enrollment of students to become nurses so that we're feeding the pipeline. We have other programs as well, such as the Certified Nursing Assistant outside of the nursing division. That is a first start into a nursing career. So we're looking at it from a continuum. And we have several programs, Surge Tech, physical therapy assistant, and nursing, as well as the CNA program, phlebotomy, medical lab tech that can all help feed that pipeline.
Sounds like Quincy College is going to be on the forefront of helping us out through the long haul.
That's our goal.
Diane, thank you so much for your insight. It was so great having you here today. Thank you for coming in.
You're welcome. For more information on Quincy College, visit quincycollege.edu.
Hi friends, if you like this video by The Local Scene, share the love and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe.